know why your family came here? Why did they move to the cemetery?
We have a little house. The living and the dead within such close proximity.
7 people who share this home.
It's just a really unique place
where we felt so humbled.
So everybody gets the foams out on the floor and everybody shares the space. Oh really? Now or you used to? Now!
In 2017, I built a little house, so that for my family, we are still here.
So how many of you live in the little house?
I have 2 daughters, 1 son, and my son have a son, so that I have a grandson.
Okay.
1 grandson, my wife and my son's wife.
So like 3 generations.
In your small house?
Yes.
And that's here in the cemetery.
2017 you moved into the cemetery?
We had no idea that you were living here. All day that we were speaking to you, we had no idea, John.
Wow, now you work here?
Yes.
With a government job.
In a
Government job. So you have a good job. Do you mind if I ask, what was the reason that your family moved into the cemetery?
Because my brother sold a lot of sell our family's lot, and they divided the money
Between your parents, you and him?
And we have no house, so that we moved here.
Okay,
I
so
put my family here.
and your brother, where is your brother?
My brother was in Visayas.
Oh no, in Visayas.
Hey! And so now another extremely special moment in today. John, our guide who lives here, has invited us to come and see his home. So very special. He said it's okay for us to come in and see and take some footage. So we're gonna head in now and have a little look, but yeah, just feeling very fortunate, feeling very privileged that he would allow us into his home to see what life is like actually living here.
Is there more than one? There's more than one foam here. So you put all of the foam out, and then everybody shares the space together. Okay.
Wow.
So there's 7 people who share this home, and there's a few foams down here. So everybody gets the foams out on the floor, and everybody shares the space. And this is like your kitchen, right?
Yes.
It's like your kitchen.
It's got the kitchen and storage.
So what about for a shower and...
Oh, the CR is outside?
Ah, right, okay, I didn't see that one, so...
If I have a money, I will extend it.
Okay, make it bigger.
So you can extend
So
it.
you have space out here?
We have a space. There's a space here.
Ah, right, okay.
And you have aircon.
Not so bad.
Still got the
You need the
aircon.
aircon,
Need
right?
the aircon still.
Here's your phone.
Mainit.
This is for from the office.
From the office. See, it's the bonus of the job, right?
Yes.
It's the bonus. You take the bonus.
Wow.
You take the bonus of the job.
Wow. Thank you so much for inviting us in and letting us see John. It's This is truly special.
If I have also money, I will replace all the
roof, yeah.
The roof. So in the rainy, how long have you lived here since 2017, right?
2017.
So in the rainy season, what's it like for the leaking? It's very bad or a little bad?
It's bad.
Very bad.
Very bad. Because there's many leaks here.
Yeah.
In there, and also in there.
So, okay.
We have like that.
All of the pots
For
to catch stuff, yeah.
But it doesn't land on you when you sleep, just only around the edge, or it's also on you.
Sometimes in here.
Sometimes.
Oh.
But this will be.
Yeah.
So your goal is to have enough money for extending
Yes.
the space, and then to fix the
space.
leak. Fix the leak. Okay.
You've done very well.
In here,
Very nice and clean.
Everybody
It's
loves Hello
dirty.
Kitty.
No.
Wait,
Oh,
there's
it's
no-
just
No.
it's not dirty. This is
No.
called, in England we say this is not dirty, this is lived in.
Lived in.
It's called lived in because you can't live in a space and have it to be clean because there's too many people in the space. So people live here and you can see people live here and that's okay. It's not dirty. It's lived in. So do you have to pay for your electric? No? And you don't have to pay for your water?
No.
That's good because aircon is expensive.
Yes.
And you have- that's also a bonus of your job,
Yes.
right? Okay.
The office will
Hey,
pay for the electricity
that's
Amazing.
good. Do they
for the water.
for the water also? I was going to ask. Okay, that's good. So all you need to pay for your family is the food.
Yeah, for the food.
For the food.
So
John, thank you so much for letting us come to see your home. We really appreciate it.
It's more than we can say. We appreciate this beyond words.
Am I right in saying that if more tourists come to see the cemetery, that then pays you and the other workers that work here?
Yes.
You will earn more money if you can guide people around the cemetery, right?
Example, if the foreigner wants to guide, they pay 500
Yeah.
for the guide only, not taking pictures or
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
a guide.
Yeah.
They pay the 500. The 500 will go to the group,
Yeah.
Okay.
Split between. Yeah.
not only for me.
Right. So even though you was the guide, you will split that with 2 more people.
Yes,
So there's 3 people altogether, but although you done the job,
yes.
you will still share this with everybody
Yes.
else.
That's for the group, not only for me.
Yeah.
And if they guide, they'll share it with the other ones as well.
Yes, like you pay.
So you're not outside right now, but the people who pay for the basketball, they will get the money, but they will share with you.
Yes.
And then whatever job you do for the guide, you will share with them.
Yeah.
So everybody gets something,
Yes.
and nobody has nothing. Everybody shares together.
Example,
special,
like
isn't it?
like your 500, pay for the guide.
Yeah.
That's divided for the four.
For 4.
For working one. Like the two guy there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with our OIC.
Yeah.
and then for
Oh,
the-
so the guy in the office on the
Yes.
game also.
Yes. On the gate. The 2 person on the gate.
Yeah.
That's the security there,
Yeah.
the companion, and the other one, the officer in charge.
So everybody gets something.
Yes. Not only for me.
I hope that after today we help bring more tourism to come here.
Yes.
So then,
I hope, yeah.
because it's important for people to come and see.
I think
Very
it's important for foreign people to learn about how other people live, because foreign people have a very bad habit of coming to the Philippines and going to see the beautiful places and forgetting about everything else. And I think it's very important to learn about the people, the way they live, what they find difficult, what they can learn, because we can learn a lot from you, and we can learn a lot from the young boy that we met. Honestly, that young boy he can teach people a lot of things, and I think that it's important for people to come and visit and learn things from everyone, because everyone can share an experience and everyone can learn from everyone. So I hope that it will help the community in the cemetery. Do they have a house like this one? Similar or?
Like-
the others.
Yeah,
like
the-
Jay and
Yeah, the community out in the cemetery.
Some others will look like this. Some others are very big because
Okay.
they have a mind.
Right, right.
One guy had 4 tricycles
One guy.
and he rented them out. So
Really?
his business was inside the cemetery, renting
Renting
out
the tricycles.
and he had a sari shop. So
Wow.
people have made it here. They're not just living homeless, they've made it.
So because it's a small room in here, does anybody argue because of the space, or is everybody?
No.
Nobody
it's okay.
argues.
No arguing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I really appreciate that you let us come to your home.
It means so much. Thank you so much for everything you've done today. Thank you so much for letting us into your home.
Thank you so much.
We can't, I don't think any of us can say quite how much we appreciate everything you've done for us, but...
And if you have any questions, just message me. And anyone, I will give you the information.
I think we'll come back
Thank you so
again.
much.
I think we'll come back.
Yeah.
I'd like to come back and see the progress and how different it's changed for the guy at school.
I'd like
and stuff
to go
like that.
back and see Jay. We leave tomorrow, but we'll be back next year.
Yes.
We'll be back. So
If I will be here, but just
We have you on
message me.
Facebook.
we'll
yes,
message you.
yeah.
We'll organise it. Loz is going to come back with us, aren't you, Loz?
Yeah,
He doesn't
of
have
course.
a choice. We decided.
They've just decided that I'm coming back with them now.
Yeah, we'll
They can't
all
get
come
rid of
back
me.
together.
No,
That's
that's
it.
it
It's
now.
part of the team. So we'll come back and we'll have a drink with you, and hopefully
Yes.
you have your extension and they'll have their schooling, and it'll be a nice to catch up and see how everyone's getting on. So
Done.
yeah,
Thank you so
deal.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Hope
much.
Thank you,
enjoy
John
your
John.
evening.
We'll see you again real soon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Thank you so much.
You're finished now.
Salamat po.
John,
Ingat.
John, you're finished now. No more work, right? It's finished.
Yes. I will go to the...
Ingat po.
Thank you.
Salamat po.
That's like an insult to an epic portrait, right?
I can't get my head around like what kind of day it's just.
It's been a nice day, man.
Woo! In the jeepney! Back in Manila, and what a day, what an experience that was. There's the three of us just here. Hey. We've kind of like we've had dinner, we've reflected on it, and I think, well, what did you guys think of today?
It was totally
humbling.
not what you expected.
It was just fascinating to walk around and learn the history of the Philippines and who was buried there and why, as well as meet the people, talk to them and hear like their stories personally from them. And then I think the cherry on top for me was the guide actually gave us we didn't record it because it was an in the moment situation, and the guide opened up to us about how he ended up in the situation that he was in now. And 9 days ago his mum actually passed away, and he lives in the cemetery since 2017, and he invited us into his home, and obviously you will have seen that, but the way it came about was just very special. The way he opened up to us and gave us that time and that little bit of information and knowledge about himself, that we'd spent 2 hours with him that he hadn't opened up about that. So that was really, it was really special. So my expectations versus the reality was just, you couldn't have got further apart.
I was a bit nervous as well. I thought maybe they wouldn't really want us there. They wouldn't want the cameras there, or. And
Me and you spoke about that last, didn't we? We were talking about it when you were talking to the guide, and I said to you, I was like, do you feel a bit intrusive?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't even know why I even thought anything different, because we've been to a lot of places far out in the Philippines, and Filipinos are never that way.
They always welcome you no matter where they are.
They was like wanting to get in the camera and like talk to us about the schooling and stuff like that, and explaining everything really detailed. And it was just like, I ended up feeling stupid, because I was like, why did I even worry about it? Like, I should not have worried.
Kind of, I think we maybe expected like a slum, like it had kind of been described to us like it was
Yeah.
going to be
From our research, it sounded like
it was like a
people didn't have
homeless,
choice to be that-
it was a
that
place
way.
for homeless people
Yeah.
basically, and then it was just going to be sort of like almost like sheets that were just there,
Yeah,
and they were living in
yeah.
this.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I think that like we were all shocked and we were all humbled by the experience.
Massively humbled. I think that is absolutely the best probably way to explain it, is that it was a very humbling experience. It was nice to finish off the end of our trip going somewhere like that with people who understand what we do, why we do it. You have the same experiences that we have, and we went there expecting one thing. It completely shocked us again. It shows you like the resilience of Filipinos, how they live. Like it doesn't matter what situation they're in, they'll live it with a smile on their face. You would like take one step and you were like, oh, there's a grave, and it was like 1 second it would be a grave, then 1 second there was a tour, then there was a sorry, then there was like kids running around, and then there was dogs, and there was cats, and then there was a rooster,
And you were
and then
playing
there was
with
a grave
people,
again,
and you were...
and it was, as soon as you forgot that it was a cemetery, you were reminded again, and then as soon as you were reminded it was a cemetery, the community feel would come back, and it was just non-stop, wasn't it? It was crazy.
Exactly that.
It was
exactly that.
It was really. We've literally spoke about it all over dinner, and you
All
can't
evening.
get your head around it. It was a fascinating experience.
I just think it's one of those things that I recommend to anyone to come out and do. If you've got the time, if you're in Manila, you've got a day, go and do this. Go and meet John, go and speak to him, go and speak to the people that live there.
That money that we spent on John today, we gave him a tip at the end. We spoke about it before we gave it to him, between the three of us, how much did we want to give him. The money that you give the guide, even though he put the hard work in and the information, he gave us his Facebook and said if you have any questions that you forget or anything, then send me a message and I'll send it across. John said that the money that we gave him, he was going to go back to his teammates in his security pad, and they were going to share that money between them because they don't get a lot of money and a lot of them struggle in the situation. He lives in the cemetery. He doesn't have the money. He's now in debt because of his mum's funeral, and he's had like a really difficult time recently, and the money that we gave him we thought would go straight to his pocket, and he said no, I'm going to share that with the people I work with because we all need that little extra help. And so it was just like, do you know what, that is this, if you want to know what people are like, that sentence should say enough. Like they just give, and we got a lot from today, didn't we?
Yeah.
Special day.
So recommended to go to Manila North Cemetery?
Yeah, and it's not something that like you would ever be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do a day out to the cemetery, because at home you would never do that. And let me tell you, lastly, the only reason we went to Manila North Cemetery isn't because we researched it ourselves. We done that today because Jamesy Boy Experiment, his channel, their channel, they done the research, they found it, they told us about it. We went away, we done more research, we watched more videos, we read things, we mentioned it to you, then we discussed it, and then we all went together. So today wouldn't have happened if Adam and Corinne didn't find it. So
a massive thank you.
Thank you for giving us one of the best days, helping us have one of the best days. So
a massive thank you, and a massive recommendation. Cannot recommend that you go there enough. What a special day that was, and I just hope that this video manages to get some of the emotion across from today, that this video can do justice to the incredible experience that was. It was nothing short of amazing, and I've got to say, Koshan Uncharted, Chris and Cody, it has been such a pleasure getting to know those guys. They're such genuine, lovely people in their videos, and to see that is just exactly who they are in real life as well. If you're interested in Philippines content, I cannot highly recommend their channel enough, because their love for the Philippines knows absolutely no bounds. They're going to places that other people won't go to, they're having experiences that other people don't have, and they just have such a love for the country, for the people, for everything about the Philippines. It's been a pleasure getting to know them, and I know that it won't be long before we're meeting up again. But for now, I'm going to finish this one up here. Thank you so much for watching. Big love. It feels good around here. Cheers! Jollibee! 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 Jollibee!